Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, we're going to be going over 8 simple controller Fortnite tips that I wish I knew earlier. And when I say simple, I absolutely mean it. None of these are anything incredibly groundbreaking that'll single-handedly make you a beast, but they're helpful little tricks that'll take no time at all to implement into your game. All of them should carry over flawlessly into next season, and in certain situations, they'll definitely help you. Now, if you're a more experienced player, you may already know some or even a lot of these things, but I'm sure you'll still find at least one helpful. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first little trick I want to share involves your finger positioning on the controller in certain situations. So if you hold the controller normally, by default you'll have your thumbs on the right and left thumbsticks, not a surprise based on the name, and then you'll have your 2 pointer fingers on the left and right triggers for ADSing and shooting. This is great and all about 99% of the time, but there's a situation where holding the controller this way actually kinda hurts you, and that's when you need to reaction build. Let's say you're running through an open field and someone you don't see has you lined up with their gold scar. When they line up their crosshair and start shooting at you, well then you're obviously gonna want to react and start building walls as quick as possible to prevent yourself from taking damage. Now the problem is, the vast majority of people have pulling out their building menu bound to a button like B on Xbox, circle on PS4. That's a button that you're going to use your right thumb to press, and going from right thumbstick to B/circle is a very long distance to travel on a regular controller. So first you're going to have to realize that you're being shot at, then you're going to have to move your finger all the way from right thumbstick to whatever button pulls out your building menu, and only then can you actually start spamming walls to protect yourself. So the better alternative here is whenever you're running out in the open, simply have your finger rest on your building menu button instead of right thumbstick. All right thumbstick does is adjust your crosshair, so if you're just running in an open field with a good view of everything in front of you, unless an enemy emerges from a hole in the ground like a groundhog or something, there's not going to be a situation where you're instantly going to need to adjust your crosshair. By keeping your finger on the building menu button, it's going to make your reaction builder a lot faster, and that could be the difference between getting hit once by that gold scar compared to 2 to 3 times. And then obviously if you see an enemy you want to shoot with your AR in the distance, just move your thumb back to your thumbstick and you're good to go. No problem at all. The next tip is one that'll help you tarp in Fortnite a bit faster. A fairly common building combination that a lot of people like to use to change positions on high ground is the 2-level tarp. That's the one where you place a floor and then a cone on top of it. It's a really great structure because it's fairly easy to build, it allows you to move in a straight line without going any higher up, and since you're building a floor and cone, your opponent needs to shoot out 2 different structures. Now how most people build this is they'll place the floor first, then cone on top of it, and just repeat that process over and over again. Obviously that works, but there's a much faster way to do it. What a lot of people don't realize is that it actually doesn't matter which structure you place down first. If you place a cone and then a floor, the floor will go under the cone every single time. That's just the way the building grid works. So because you don't have to worry about the order the pieces get placed in, you should be pressing your cone and floor button at the same time, which makes the process much quicker. Instead of carefully going LBRB, LBRB, just go LBRB, LBRB. It may not sound like it'll make a huge difference, but next time you pick up your controller, try it out and see for yourself because you'd be surprised. So as long as you're pressing the cone and floor button at the same time over and over again, you'll be able to do that 2-level tarp while sprinting with no trouble at all. The next tip is about a feature that Fortnite recently added into the game that not enough people are taking advantage of. So a few weeks back in a random update, a new feature was added into the game, which makes it so that anytime an enemy shoots their weapon near you, a red dot actually shows up above the compass on top of your screen. And what this does is it allows you to easily pinpoint the direction and even the exact location of where shots are coming from. This isn't some cute little feature that looks cool but doesn't really have much use. This is something that you should really be paying attention to anytime you're in a chaotic fight. As I'm sure most of you know, sound in Fortnite is pretty bad in general, so when multiple people are shooting, it can be hard to sort of get your bearings and understand where you are in relation to the shots. So paying attention to the little bootleg UAV you get above your compass now will really help with that. The next tip is one that I believe I shared on this channel a long time ago, but since I'm guessing most of you guys watching this didn't see it, I'm gonna show it again. So let's say you edit away a portion of a wall so that there's now a bunch of empty space, and then you want to reset it back. If you hover your crosshair over the empty space and press your edit button, it's going to say unable to edit and not let you do so. That right there is something that gets people killed in hectic situations where they're scrambling to reset their edit all the time. However, there's actually a super easy workaround to this. All you have to do is first pull out your building menu, and then the game will let you select and then edit totally normally. And here's just a quick little example of an in-game situation where this would be really helpful.
Yeah, I would do.
Moving on to tip number 5, I want to show you guys the 2 most popular methods to do a low pad in Fortnite. In case you're unfamiliar, this is a method to make it so that when you hit a launch pad, you don't go as high in the air, so there's less of a chance for your enemy to hit you, and this is most commonly used when a player is on high ground. The first method is the regular low pad. This one's as simple as placing the pad, putting a wall behind it, and then a ramp on top of that wall. Then when you jump, your head will hit the ramp, which limits your height. The second method is the super low pad, and this one's even easier. You simply place a floor at your feet, go to about the halfway point of it, look straight down, and place a ramp so it goes behind your back. Then all you have to do is place the pad at your feet and it'll work perfectly. With this method, you'll go significantly lower than even the regular low pad. Tip number 6 is a very situational one, but depending on your map rotation, could be pretty helpful for you. So let's say you're rotating across the map and you see a chest a bit out in the distance on top of some low health object like a box or wooden cart. If you destroy the object supporting the chest, the contents of the chest will drop onto the ground like normal. So instead of running 30 to 50 meters out of your way to open a chest that may not give you anything useful, just destroy the object and then look if the chest dropped anything helpful. If so, that's great, then you can run and go pick it up, and if not, you just keep going and be happy that you didn't waste your time. There's a bunch of chests on top of objects that can be 2 to 3 shotted by an AR all across the map, so this tip can definitely be useful fairly frequently. Our second to last tip is one that you want to use whenever you're running out in the open and you know a sniper is nearby. What a lot of people mistakenly do in this situation is sprint, jump, and keep repeating that process over and over again. The problem is, jumping actually makes you fairly easy to hit with a sniper because your movement is so predictable once you leave the ground. So the much better alternative is to sprint in a sort of zigzag pattern while still going forward the entire time. Your movement while doing this is so much more unpredictable and random, so that makes you almost impossible to hit unless the sniper just gets really lucky. And the good news is, this is so much easier to do on controller compared to keyboard, and that's because of the fact that thumbsticks have a full 360-degree range of motion, while keys obviously don't. The final tip in this video is something you want to avoid doing while in 50-50 box fights. Let's say an enemy hops into your 1x1 from the front wall, so now you need to take a point-blank range shotgun or SMG fight. What you don't want to do in this situation is back up and hit your back wall. This may sound a little weird, but moving all the way to the back of your box actually creates a very weird problem with the game's camera angle. At first, your character model becomes very zoomed in and occupies a large amount of your screen compared to the regular third-person view. This can easily ruin your field of vision and end up losing you the fight. Then, when your back actually hits the wall, your player model will totally totally disappear. Definitely less of an issue, but still, it's always a good idea to see your player model in close range fights, because then you know your position in relation to the enemy, and that makes it a little bit easier to dodge shots. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down in the comment section below. I want to know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Chapter 2 Season 3? Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.